Stop what you're doing right now. Take a look around your home. Yes, right there. If you see any of these three things, your life, your energy, and even your mood could be quietly sabotaged starting today. And here's the kicker: removing just 3 specific items from your space on January 13th can completely transform the way your home feels and how you feel inside it. Trust me, your home literally depends on it. Imagine walking into your home and feeling calm, energized, and inspired the moment you step through the door. No clutter, no stale energy, no distractions. That's exactly what happens when you remove these 3 energy-draining items. And no, it's not about feng shui. It's about creating a space that actually works for you, not against you. Think about the gadgets, appliances, and devices you have lying around your home that no longer work properly. Maybe it's a laptop that refuses to start, a phone with a cracked screen, or a toaster that only works half the time. On the surface, they might just look like clutter, but their impact goes much deeper. These items carry energy, yes, in a very real psychological and environmental sense. Every time you see a broken device, there's a subtle mental friction that happens. Your brain registers it as unfinished business, a reminder of things that aren't functioning correctly in your life. And over time, that creates a constant low-level stress you barely notice. It's like your subconscious is saying, "This isn't working and neither is part of your life," every single time you glance at it. But it's not just mental, there's a practical element too. Old electronics often collect dust, debris, and even small pests, which can affect air quality and overall hygiene in your home. Some devices contain batteries or materials that slowly degrade, emitting subtle toxins that impact the environment around them. Beyond the physical, there's also symbolic weight. Keeping something broken around suggests tolerance for stagnation, delay, or failure. It subtly trains your mind to accept things not working instead of seeking solutions or improvements. Removing these items sends a powerful message to your brain and to your space. You value clarity, functionality, and progress. When you physically clear out these broken or outdated electronics, something shifts almost immediately. The visual space opens up. Your mental space lightens, and you create room for tools, devices, or even habits that actually serve your life. It's a small, concrete action that produces a surprisingly big change in energy, mindset, and overall home atmosphere. In short, letting go of these broken electronics isn't just tidying up. It's actively making your home a place that supports growth, focus, and calm. Expired food is more than just a minor inconvenience or a safety hazard. It has a surprisingly big impact on the energy of your home and the way you feel inside it. Think about the cans, jars, or boxes tucked away at the back of your pantry, or the forgotten leftovers hiding in the fridge. Each of these items represents stagnation. Just as old food loses its vitality and freshness, keeping it around signals a kind of mental clutter. Every time you see it, your brain registers that something is out of place, unfinished, or neglected. That feeling may be subtle, almost imperceptible, but over time it can create stress, tension, and even a sense of low-level guilt or overwhelm. You may not consciously notice it, but your home and your mind feels heavier because of it. There's also a practical side to consider. Expired food can attract pests, mold, and bacteria, all of which impact air quality, health, and even the cleanliness of your space. When your environment is compromised in small ways like this, your sense of comfort, relaxation, and safety is subtly diminished. It's hard to feel truly at ease in a space where things are decaying or mismanaged, even if you only notice it subconsciously. Removing expired food is a simple but transformative action. It clears physical space in your kitchen and pantry, but more importantly, it clears mental space. Each item you throw out is like a weight lifted off your mind. You're telling yourself, I am in control, I maintain my space, I deserve freshness, health, and energy in my life. That act alone creates a sense of order, calm, and clarity. When you do this regularly, your home becomes a place that nurtures you, not drags you down, and every meal you prepare afterward carries a renewed sense of vitality and positivity. Dead or dying plants in your home are more than just an eyesore. They carry a surprising amount of emotional and environmental weight. Plants are living things, and their presence naturally influences the energy of a space. Healthy, vibrant plants bring life, color, and freshness into a room, creating a sense of calm, positivity, and even inspiration. When a plant dies or starts to wither, that life energy is removed, leaving behind stagnation and a subtle sense of decay. Each time you see a drooping leaf or a dried-out flower, your subconscious picks up on it. You may not actively think about it, but it sends a signal to your mind and body that things are being neglected or allowed to decline. Over time, that signal can contribute to low energy, lack of motivation, and even feelings of frustration or sadness that you can't quite explain. There's also a practical consideration. Dead plants can harbor dust, mold, or bacteria, which affects air quality and the overall health of your home. Even in small amounts, these elements subtly impact how comfortable and clean a space feels. Your living environment is a reflection of what you allow into it, and letting dead or dying plants remain sends a message that decay is acceptable. Removing them is a deliberate act of clearing space for vitality and growth. When you get rid of these plants, you're not just tidying up, you're resetting the energy of your home. You make room for new life, creativity, and positivity to flow freely. Even the simple act of replacing a dead plant with a fresh one can change how a room feels, boosting mood, focus, and emotional clarity. Your home stops holding on to stagnation and starts actively supporting your well-being, productivity, and happiness in a way that's tangible and immediate. Stacked or unopened mail might seem harmless at first glance. After all, it's just letters, bills, or magazines. But in reality, it has a surprisingly heavy influence on the energy of your home and the way you feel. Every piece of unopened mail is a small, silent reminder of tasks that haven't been completed, decisions that need to be made, or obligations that are pending. Even if you don't consciously dwell on it, your brain registers these stacks as unfinished business. Over time, this creates a low-level, constant tension, a sense that something is waiting for you, pressing down on your mental and emotional space. Your home, which should be a sanctuary of rest and clarity, starts to feel cluttered and chaotic, even if every surface is otherwise tidy. There's also a symbolic dimension to consider. Unopened or stacked mail represents neglect, not because you're lazy, but because it signals that some aspects of your life are being left unresolved. Your subconscious sees it and interprets it as stagnation, and it can subtly influence your mood, decision-making, and even your productivity. It's hard to feel fully at ease in a space where small, visible reminders of incompletion are lurking around. Every pile of mail is like a little weight on your mind, a subtle nudge of unfinished energy that never truly lets you relax. Practically, unopened mail can also bring clutter that attracts other items, making spaces feel smaller and more confined. It can collect dust, papers get lost, important deadlines are missed, and the general disorder starts to create stress without you even realizing it. Removing or sorting through mail is a surprisingly empowering act. It immediately clears physical space, but more importantly, it clears mental space. You're taking control, making decisions, and creating order in an area that directly reflects your organization and ability to manage life's responsibilities. When you remove stacked or unopened mail, your home transforms into a space of clarity and flow. The sense of mental weight lifts, and a feeling of calm focus replaces the underlying tension. It's a simple, tangible action that instantly makes your environment and your mindset lighter, more positive, and more supportive of your daily life. By handling mail proactively, you invite a sense of order, control, and peace into your home that radiates far beyond the kitchen counter or office desk where it once sat. Now here's what I want you to do. Pause this video, walk through your home, and literally remove these 3 items right now. Don't overthink it, just do it. Then notice how your energy shifts within the first hour. It's incredible what a little action can do. Bedding is more than just a place to sleep. It directly affects your comfort, rest, and the overall energy of your bedroom. When sheets, blankets, or pillows are torn, frayed, or worn out, they silently signal neglect, stagnation, and discomfort. Every night when you climb into a bed that feels rough, threadbare, or lifeless, your body and mind register it. Sleep is supposed to be restorative, a time when your energy resets and your body heals, but old or damaged bedding can interfere with that process. It doesn't just affect your physical comfort, it sends a subtle message to your subconscious that your rest, health, and well-being are not a priority. Over time, this can create feelings of fatigue, irritability, or low energy that seem to come out of nowhere. Worn-out bedding also affects the cleanliness and overall hygiene of your space. Pillows and blankets that are old or damaged tend to accumulate dust mites, allergens, and bacteria. Even if you wash them regularly, the fibers themselves can break down and trap particles, making the air in your room heavier and subtly impacting your mood and health. This isn't just about appearance. It's about creating an environment that supports your physical and emotional well-being. Replacing old bedding is a surprisingly powerful act of self-care. It refreshes your sleeping space, improves the quality of your rest, and signals to your subconscious that you value yourself and your home. There's also an immediate visual and tactile effect. A freshly made bed with clean, soft sheets transforms a room, making it feel lighter, more inviting, and more orderly. This simple action creates a ripple effect, subtly lifting the energy of the entire home. Your bedroom stops holding on to old fatigue and discomfort, and instead becomes a space that nurtures relaxation, rejuvenation, and a sense of calm. Investing in your bedding is investing in yourself, and the energy shift is noticeable from the very first night you make the change. Unused clothing, especially items that have been sitting in your closet for months or even years, has a bigger impact on your home than most people realize. Clothes are more than just fabric. They carry energy, memories, and intentions. Every garment you keep but don't wear takes up mental and physical space. When your closet is packed with items you never touch, it creates subtle stress every time you open it. Even if you don't consciously notice, your brain senses the clutter, the indecision, and the sense that things are stagnant. It's like carrying old chapters of your life in the form of fabric, holding on to what no longer serves you and preventing you from fully embracing the present. There's also a practical aspect to consider. Clothes that sit unused gather dust, odors, and even pests, which can affect both the cleanliness and the overall energy of your home. Overstuffed closets make it harder to find what you actually need, which adds small but constant moments of frustration and distraction to your day. The longer these items sit, the more your subconscious associates them with indecision, procrastination, or emotional attachment to the past. Removing unused clothing is a surprisingly powerful act of clearing space and reclaiming energy. By donating, recycling, or simply discarding items you never wear, you create room for new choices and new possibilities. Your closet becomes easier to navigate, your daily routine smoother, and your mind freer from the subtle weight of clutter. Each item removed sends a message to yourself that you are ready to let go of what no longer serves you, making space for growth, creativity, and positivity. Over time, this act of decluttering translates into a lighter, more energized home and a renewed sense of control, clarity, and freedom in your personal life. Dead plants in your home are more than just unattractive. They carry a heavy, lingering impact on the energy of your space and on your own mindset. Plants are living energy. They breathe, grow, and respond to their environment, naturally influencing the atmosphere around them. When a plant dies, that energy disappears, leaving behind stagnation and a subtle sense of decay. Every time you see a dead plant, even if you don't consciously think about it, your mind registers a signal that something in your environment is neglected, lifeless, or unproductive. This can create a low-level tension or unease in your home, affecting your mood, focus, and overall sense of well-being. A space with dead plants subtly communicates neglect, lack of growth, and unfinished energy, which can ripple into your emotional and mental state. There's also a practical effect to consider. Dead plants collect dust, attract insects, and can contribute to poorer air quality, all of which affect your health and comfort. Even visually, a dying or dead plant interrupts the harmony and flow of a room. Homes are meant to be nurturing spaces, and when they contain reminders of stagnation or decay, they can feel heavier, less inviting, and even subtly depressing. Removing dead plants is an act of renewal. By clearing them out, you create physical space and open up room for vitality and positive energy to flow freely. This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about making your home a place that supports life, growth, and energy. Replacing a dead plant with a living one immediately transforms the mood of a space, bringing freshness, vibrancy, and a sense of calm and focus. Each removal signals that you value life, order, and progress in your environment, and that your home is a place where energy flows freely rather than stagnating. Over time, this simple change can uplift your energy, enhance your mental clarity, and make your living space truly feel alive and supportive. Toxic cleaning products are often overlooked in discussions about home energy, but they can have a surprisingly significant impact on your environment and your well-being. Many conventional cleaners contain harsh chemicals, strong fragrances, and volatile compounds that don't just clean surfaces. They linger in the air, settle on fabrics, and subtly influence the atmosphere of your home. Even when your house looks sparkling clean, these invisible toxins can create a sense of heaviness or discomfort that you might not consciously notice. Over time, constant exposure can affect your physical health, from respiratory irritation to headaches, and can subtly alter your mood, energy, and focus. Your home is meant to be a sanctuary, a place that restores and supports you, yet toxic products can turn it into a space that drains energy rather than replenishes it. There's also a symbolic aspect. Cleaning is supposed to be about removing dirt and creating order. But when the tools you use to maintain cleanliness are themselves harmful, they send a conflicting message. Instead of fostering freshness and clarity, they introduce invisible stress and toxicity. In a sense, they block the natural flow of positivity and balance in your home, which affects your subconscious perception of safety and comfort. The longer they remain, the more your space becomes a subtle source of tension rather than renewal. Replacing toxic cleaners with natural or non-toxic alternatives is an incredibly empowering step. Simple swaps like vinegar, baking soda, or plant-based cleaning products instantly change the quality of your home's air and the overall energy of the space. It's not just about health, it's about creating a lighter, calmer, and more vibrant environment. Every surface you clean with these safer products becomes a space that supports clarity, calm, and energy rather than draining it. Taking action to remove toxic cleaners is a small but profound way of telling yourself and everyone in your home that your space matters, your well-being matters, and that your home is meant to nurture life, health, and positivity. Over time, this simple shift transforms your living space into a sanctuary that actively supports you, rather than silently undermining your energy and peace of mind. Now think back to everything we just went through. Each of these 8 items, broken electronics, expired food, dead plants, stacked mail, worn-out bedding, unused clothing, and even toxic cleaning products, may seem small on their own, but together they quietly weigh down your home, your energy, and even your mindset. Removing them isn't just about tidying up. It's about reclaiming your space, your clarity, and your peace of mind. When you take action today, when you actually clear out what no longer serves you, you're telling yourself that your home matters, your energy matters, and your life matters. Imagine walking into your home and feeling instantly lighter, calmer, and more energized. Every corner, every room supporting you instead of holding you back. That's the transformation that comes from removing clutter, stagnation, and hidden energy drains. And the best part? It's immediate. The act itself shifts the energy in your space and in your life, opening doors for positivity, productivity, and calm that you've been craving. So don't wait. Take the first step right now. Look around, identify the items we've talked about, and remove them. Give your home the gift of freshness, flow, and vitality, because when your space is free, organized, and full of life, you'll realize just how much more your life can thrive. This isn't just cleaning, it's creating a home that works for you, that lifts you up, and that truly supports the life you deserve.